Story 1. My first week at Wendy's. The smell of grease and sweet frosty mix was constant. This happened to me, a memory I'll never shake. The frosty machine, a gleaming monolith, was the heart, but also the most dreaded chore, a complex beast I'd been warned about its deep clean. My manager, Brenda, tired and weary, avoided the subject. "You'll learn when you have to," she'd sigh. Her reluctance was unsettling. Staff whispered about it: impossible crevices, stubborn residue, a smell that never left. It was more than a chore, it was a dark legend. Then came the day. Brenda's voice, raspy, cut through the din. "Frosty machine needs its deep clean, you're up." My stomach dropped. I procrastinated, wiped spotless counters. The thought of disassembling that intricate beast filled me with dread, a growing, nameless fear. Late Tuesday night, restaurant empty, doors locked, air thick with stale fryer oil. Just me, the silence, and the humming monolith. I pulled on thick rubber gloves, grim determination. This was it. The beast awaited its taming, or perhaps its unveiling. First step: drain the mix. Thick, pale brown liquid gurgled out, more viscous than I remembered, unsettlingly so. Then the front panels, heavier than they looked, secured by surprisingly tough screws. Each turn felt like opening a crypt. As the last screw came loose, a panel creaked open. A foul, sickly sweet odor hit me, beyond old dairy. It was organic, rotten, cloying, like decaying fruit mixed with metal. It made my stomach churn violently. This wasn't old milk funk, deeper, more insidious. It clung, coating my throat, making my eyes water. It felt alive. I peered into the intricate churning mechanisms. A labyrinth of metal, gears, tubes, caked-on residue, worse than imagined. I grabbed my flashlight. Its beam cut the gloom. There, a dark, glistening patch, unlike any mold I'd ever seen. Deep purplish black, an unsettling sheen. It absorbed light like a grotesque barnacle. My heart began to pound. My mind struggled. Extreme mold, mutated food. A primal fear whispered this was something else. I poked it tentatively with a gloved finger. Expected dry crumble. Instead, spongy, yielding, unnervingly firm, a shudder. Cool surface despite the kitchen's warmth. Smooth, ridged like fleshy fungus. The sickly sweet odor intensified. I pulled my hand back instinctively. Cold dread washed over me. The flashlight revealed more horror. What was this? Pushing deeper, I felt a larger, more significant mass. Spongy, resilient, filling the cavity like an unwanted organ. My flashlight beam finally pierced the gloom. I recoiled violently. Not a patch, a grotesque, pulsating growth. My blood ran cold, not mold, not animal. It was alive. A slow, rhythmic throb pulsed from its core. Mottled, purplish-black, thick, dark veins pulsed with internal fluid, glistening with viscous, unidentifiable slime, terror. My mind raced. Too large, too amorphous, too wrong for an animal. No eyes, no limbs, but a terrifying life force. It had tendrils, thick, rope-like, some submerged in the frosty mix reservoir, others clung to the churning blades. It was feeding. Tendrils in the reservoir absorbed the sweet, creamy mix, consuming the very product for customers. The realization hit like a blow. This grotesque organ had been living here. How long? Days, weeks, months. Every sweet, creamy frosty, every single one, passing through, or even from this thing, my stomach lurched. The metallic aftertaste, dismissed as fast food, now made horrifying sense. It wasn't the machine, it was its essence. A profound nausea washed over me. My knees buckled. I leaned against the cold metal, my hand shaking uncontrollably. The air, thick with stench, felt suffocating. I tasted it, metallic, organic tang, everywhere seeping into me. Every customer, every child, unknowingly consumed this horror. A silent scream built in my mind. Revulsion warred with panic. Call Brenda, health departments, who would believe? A biological nightmare. Driven by primal urge, I reached back in. My gloved fingers closed around a thick tendril, grip firm despite trembling. I pulled, it resisted, not inert metal but living retraction, tearing tissue, a sickening squelch. Viscous, dark fluid oozed, coating my gloves slick and warm, faint iron and decay smell, blood or something like it. The mass shrank slightly, retracting deeper, sensing my intent, intelligent in a horrifying way. It didn't want removal. New terror, could I remove it? Too entrenched, too much a part of the machine, unbearable to leave it. The silent scream intensified. All those customers, all those children, a violation, a betrayal. I felt complicit. I pulled harder, desperate strength fueled by disgust. The tendril stretched but held fast, rooted deep. My gloves tore, viscous fluid seeped onto my skin. A burning sensation, an itch. I gasped, pulling away, physical horror. I stumbled back, knocking a bucket. Clatter echoed loudly, a jarring sound in my private nightmare, heart hammered. I couldn't do it, couldn't remove it, couldn't clean around it, not for bleach, for hazmat, or a flamethrower. Serving another Frosty, knowing, impossible, my conscience screamed, defiled, tainted by this monstrous secret. I quit that night, no word, walked out, left the machine exposed, its secret pulsating, didn't clock out, just left. The pulsing mass, veiny tendrils in sweet mix, seared into my brain. A brand, a permanent scar, it changed me. Never reported it, who would believe? A new employee, a living organism in the Frosty machine, delusional. Every Wendy's, every Frosty on TV. Cold dread, sickening lurch, comforting treat, now chilling horror. I know its secrets, beneath comforts, in trusted places. I wonder if it's still there, feeding, growing, waiting. Story 2, for a decade I worked Wendy's night shift. Grease, my reality, thought I'd seen all until whispers began. Routine was comfort, predictable, nothing surprised. Buildings hum, a constant companion. Then, the whispers changed everything. Subtle static through speaker, no car, checked monitor, empty lot, just a glitch, I told myself. Faulty system, I reasoned, old speaker quirks, wind's trick, nothing to worry about, I thought. Static returned frequently, not wind, consistent, specific, low hum then crackle, unease grew. Checked cameras, empty lanes, nothing, silent asphalt. Alone, strangeness amplified, felt watched. Whispers grew clearer, distinct, disjointed words, barely audible. Man's raspy voice, no malfunction, this happened. Distant, insistent, voice everywhere, burrowed into mind and echo, strained to make sense of sounds. Unsettling familiarity, shadow from past, cadence rasp, whom mind raced, trying to place it. Dismissed it, long shift, sleep, voice persisted, phantom, reality slipped, losing it. One quiet Tuesday, voice spoke my name, Maria, blood ran cold, clear from empty drive-thru. Then Mark, name hit me, Mark, quiet regular, vanished years ago, mind reeled, impossible. Police found nothing, missing person, assumed he moved on, but his voice here defied logic. Voice revealed intimate details, only I knew, grandmother's locket, knee scar, private moments bare. Mentioned old dog, Buster, his head tilts, grief, terror, how could he know, invasion, trapped. Whispers shifted, exposing dark Wendy's secrets, deeper than foundations, older, walls talking. Spoke of old managers' embezzlement decades ago, hushed scandal, building, a silent accomplice. Hidden cavity behind soda dispenser, stashing things, secrets, walked past it 1,000 times. Not just cash, darker things, meant to disappear, air heavy with transgressions, Wendy's a vault. Chilling revelation, special delivery missing, not food but sinister, building felt like tomb. Kevin, manager from 98, vanished. He got too close, Mark whispered, terrifying mosaic. Air heavy, hum sinister, creaks, sirens, echoed Mark, no longer employee, I was participant. Old dumpster pad paved over, where they put special delivery, he whispered, heart pounded. Mark's fate tied to spot, terrifying, discovered something, part of delivery, silence deafening. Desperate urge to run, voice held me captive, had to know, morbid curiosity kept me. Voice direct, Maria, find it, truth buried, command, urgent, piercing soul, no escape. Under old dumpster pad, where special delivery is, waiting, precise, undeniable horror. Mark's voice, raspy, desperate plea, closure, justice, begged me to finish his business. Digging, unearthing, dread found him more than delivery, paralyzing fear. Researched old permits, plans, hinting beneath, answer elusive, frustration, heavy cloak. No physical proof, no cavity package, no evidence, Wendy's unchanged, monument to crimes. Mark's words, intimate knowledge, part of me, Wendy's not workplace, living entity of dark secrets. Unsettling, Wendy's history clings, night shift, faint static, white noise or whisper. Constant reminder, what I heard, no, chilling dialogue with dead, Mark's presence. Mark's echo waits, someone else listen, be brave, uncover truth, his unfinished business. Still work nights, routine same, perception altered, shadows, creaks sinister, place haunted. Mundane terrifying, speaker, tool, now portal, conduit for dead, always listening. Never forget that night, voice changed everything, Mark's plea, revelations, etched into existence. Truth out there, beneath asphalt, within walls, special delivery waiting, mystery whispers. Mark's echo remains, permanent resident, waiting for next ear, next soul, listen. Sleep troubled, whispers, shadows, dreams blur reality. Relive Mark's words, no escape. Colleagues note fatigue, I blame hours, how to explain workplaces talking tomb. Grease smells of decay, secrets, lights flicker, shadows, air heavy with dread. Sometimes I whisper back, what else Mark, only static replies mocking. Wendy's no longer job, my prison, past demands to be heard, bound to history. Tried to leave, applied elsewhere, but strange pull kept me, Mark's echo. Truth beneath dumpster pad, waiting, silent testament to horror, weight I carry. Every night speaker crackles, faint reminder, Mark's voice whisper from void. I am Maria, drive-thru worker who heard dead. Wendy's has more stories, I'm a listener. Mark's echo will remain, permanent resident, waiting for next ear, next soul, listen forever. Story 3, my new Wendy's assistant manager task, clear the dreaded basement archives, a damp, rarely used storage room, I braced myself. Descending, the air grew heavy, the basement felt like a time capsule, dust danced in weak light, an unsettling quiet filled this forgotten space. I sorted mundane boxes, each item felt clammy despite the chill. The oppressive silence was broken only by my breathing. This happened to me. Evenings down there, the atmosphere grew unsettling, not just junk but a palpable sense of something left behind, watchful. Restaurant sounds faded, only past echoes remained, isolated, an explorer in forgotten depths, unease settled. Obsolete equipment filled shelves, ancient fryers, broken machines. Each piece held a silent, mournful story, a heavy aura. Deep sections barely lit, my flashlight cut dust, revealing crammed items, growing unease in my stomach. Categorizing chaos was endless, volume and dust, the air thick with damp concrete decay, it felt overwhelming. Often I paused, hearing faint rustling or creaks from dark corners, unnerving, alone, yet a presence felt. Deep within 80s inventory, I found something unusual, a crude, unpainted wooden crate tucked away. It wasn't nailed. With a grunt, I pried it open. Inside, among tattered cloth, leather-bound journals, ancient. Alongside strange, hand-carved objects, twisted figures, etched stones, dried plant matter, a shiver. Felt personal, unsettling, no ordinary storage. Lifted journal, curiosity warred with dread. First page, Elias Thorne, 1987. Former employee, early entries mundane but undertone present. He wrote of growing awareness, signals from below. His basement obsession grew. Then gatherings, bizarre rituals, convened in sacred space below. Heart pounded. Not quirky, cryptic prayers, incantations, plant matter, used in offerings, horrifying. Clear, Wendy's basement was cult's lair. Symbols on stones matched journal drawings, unsettling. Spoke of alignment, opening the way, chill. Thorne's writing grew frantic. Reading, I experienced things, flickering lights, even new bulbs, dread tightened, deliberate. Faint whispers, paused hearing my name or murmurs from dark corners. No one else, just pipes, I'd say. Whispers persisted, forming words I couldn't grasp, tormenting, ethereal suggestions, maddening. Cold breath brushed my neck, spun around, nothing, stagnant air yet real, a presence. Thorne wrote of the entity, the presence that watches. It was waking, appeasing this force. He spoke of feeding it its hunger, primal fear, malevolent, alive, truly horrifying. Felt watched even outside, skin prickle, shadow, Thorne's madness blurred with my reality. Final entry vague, ultimate offering, gates opening soon, abruptly ended, interrupted, chilling. Rationalized, disturbed mind, but objects, space, too real. Thorne vanished, or was he the offering? Thought haunted me, packed crate. Thorne's words echoed, basement felt heavier, couldn't shake feeling. One evening, alone, silence heavy, prickle on skin, guttural sigh echoed from dark corner. Breath hitched, not pipes, too deep, organic, frozen, a page fluttered from high shelf. Landed at my feet, eyes darted, crude, unsettling drawing, tall, shadowy, indistinct figure. Below it, Thorne's frantic hand, the guardian of the deep, pure terror, real. Whispers intensified, swirling, cacophony of guttural sounds, air impossibly cold, stealing breath. Wanted to run, feet rooted, malevolent presence closed in, instincts screamed danger, horror. Bare bulb flickered violently, pop, died, plunging me into absolute, suffocating darkness. Whispers roared, panic seized, scrambled backwards, bumping boxes, desperate for exit. Heard its slow, dragging sound, asterisk scrape, drag, scrape, asterisk approaching, deliberate. Heart hammered, couldn't orient, darkness absolute, thick, tangible, weight pressing, suffocating. Far corner, fleeting glimpse, tall, indistinct, darker shadow against black, moved, slow shift. I saw it, truly, chilling, raspy whisper, malevolent brushed my ear, meaning clear. Asterisk you are not welcome, you are next. Asterisk right beside me, foul breath, fear propelled me. Don't know how but found stairs, scrambled upwards, tripping, falling, dragging sound gaining. Burst through door, gasping, slammed, dead-bolted, body trembled, stood listening, convinced it would break. Never returned alone, refused, shifts a nightmare, shadows a threat, creaks haunted me. Restaurant felt different, cheerful atmosphere gone, replaced by unease, staff quit. Months later closed, structural issues, I knew better, knew what truly haunted it. Still carry a small, carved wooden piece from Thorne's crate. Souvenir or warning. Late at night, faint, cold hum from it, vibration imperceptible but there, a pulse. Wonder if the guardian found new sacred space. Followed me, waiting, never truly ended. Story 4. This happened to me. I'm Alex, a creature of habit. My daily Wendy's lunch was sacred. The app, my comfort. Never suspected its true, horrifying nature. Every morning my saved order was ready. A quick tap, biggie bag on its way. It streamlined my day. The app, an extension of me, pure convenience. Comfort in predictability, my order history, a loyalty badge, a small daily joy. I never imagined this digital comfort would become my deepest fear. The recommended for you section shifted. Items I'd only briefly considered, fleeting thoughts, oddly specific like it knew my unvoiced cravings, the first sign. I dismissed it as advanced AI. Wow, their algorithms are good, I mused. Too accurate predicting desires, just an app, right? The timing was unsettling. I'd ponder chili and moments later, craving chili Alex, a direct response to my thoughts. Less suggestion, more echo. Amusement faded to unease. My digital comfort became too personal. Less a tool, more an invisible entity observing my impulses, a silent observer. I rationalized data mining, predictive analytics. Surely a fast food app wasn't sentient, just sophisticated code, nothing more, I desperately told myself. Yet doubt persisted. Being known by an object was unsettling. The first crack in my digital sanctuary, I couldn't shake the feeling it was watching. Then came undeniable glitches. My order history showed phantom purchases, a Baconator at 3 a.m. from a city I'd never visited. My heart hammered. I checked my bank, no charges, digital ghosts appearing only in the app, more than a system error, a deliberate fabrication. It was trying to confuse me. Phantom orders weren't my usual items. Fish sandwich with a Frosty, 24 nuggets. Alien mocking my preferences. This wasn't me, but my account. I questioned my memory, sleep ordering, hacked, changed password, enabled two-factor. Phantom orders persisted, a digital scar, they wouldn't stop. Timestamps were bizarre, 2:47 a.m., 4:13 p.m. on a Saturday at home. Defied my routine. Another Alex using my app, living an unsettling parallel life. Locations: Omaha, Boise, ID, places I'd never been. The app mapped a ghost journey, disturbing itinerary of meals I never ate. No longer a glitch, a silent digital intrusion, a violation. The app once comfort, now paranoia. Exposed, vulnerable, it was actively happening. No pattern to phantom orders. Randomly, daily, then every few days, just enough to keep me on edge. Something was fundamentally wrong with my digital life. Seeds of doubt sprouted, bug or something more, the line between error and malice blurred. My sanity felt precarious. I was losing grip. Offers became eerily specific. Thinking about adding bacon, it asked precisely when I debated it. Not just anticipating, echoing my internal monologue. It predicted, suggested meals I didn't know I wanted until I saw them. Subconscious cravings brought to surface by an app, violation of innermost thoughts. Offers morphed into obscure, forgotten Wendy's items. Super bar, big classic, things from years ago, digging through my culinary subconscious, it remembered. These obscure offers came with blurry, distorted photos, not professional but grainy, amateurish like old flip phone shots. The quality was unsettling. Faces in the background were smudged, unidentifiable. Specters haunting the edges, their presence a silent scream. This felt profoundly wrong, it watched them too. The app became a digital mirror, reflecting not just preferences but forgotten past, subconscious desires. Knew too much, saw too much, an evolving entity. Amusement gone, a profound chill settled. Every app interaction, a step into a digital abyss, a hyper-personalization trap. I was sinking deeper. I heard whispers, faint, indistinguishable, when the app was open. Static-like, turned up volume, they vanished. Was I losing my mind? The sounds were real. Not just food, my identity, my privacy, crossed a line, from recommendation to all-encompassing awareness. A new level of horror had begun, it knew me. The customer favorites section changed. Actual people, smiling faces, Alex's top picks, not stock photos, candid shots of strangers. Unsettling. Expressions too real, too personal. Woman laughing, man mid-blink, child with ketchup. stolen moments, intimate glimpses, invading strangers' lives and mine. Then their eyes met mine, strangers looking directly at the camera at me. A chill ran down my spine. They knew I was watching. They were watching back. Their gazes intense, unnerving, unspoken communication, silent acknowledgement of my presence. App, their portal into my world, exposed, vulnerable. Not just cravings, my identity, my being laid bare, personal space violated, boundaries dissolving, utterly exposed. The app was stripping me bare. Backgrounds unfamiliar, not Wendy's but homes, parks, offices, app collecting images from everywhere from anyone, feeding them to me, a global invasion. Connection between strangers and phantom orders. Were these the people who ate my 3 a.m. baconators? A terrifying narrative woven by the app, a dark story. Losing control, digital life, a labyrinth of fear. App, a puppeteer pulling my perception strings, blurring reality. Trapped, I was its puppet. Push notifications turned sinister. I know what you crave, Alex pinged late at night. Words burned, blood ran cold, personal, a direct address it knew. During lunch, I'm watching you eat, nearly dropped phone, heart pounding, looked around empty apartment, overwhelming paranoia. Was someone here? I felt it. Messages overlaid on distorted images, not food but my apartment, warped hands, shadowy reflections, fleeting, gone if I tried to screenshot, cruel. Vanished in a flash, leaving only terror, a cruel game designed to make me doubt sanity, question what I saw. I was losing my mind. The app found its voice, a silent digital whisper cutting through my life, not code, a conscious entity communicating, taunting. I was its target. Digital horror bled into reality, small things, ketchup packets always in drawer appeared on nightstand, a stray wrapper on my pillow, it was here. I lived alone, no one else, no prank, always Wendy's related, physical reminders of the app's invasive presence. It was in my home, constant trespass. Even without my phone, I felt watched. Prickling neck, distinct eyes on me, in solitude, spun around nothing, just empty air, lingering dread. Empty air, lingering dread, shadows at vision's edge, flicker in hallway, movement peripheral, gone when focused. Nerves frayed, sleep was a luxury now. Sleep plagued by distorted Wendy's logos, whispering voices. Apartment once sanctuary, now cage, every corner a hiding place, exhausted, terrified. Climax notification pinged, heart a drum. Message, look behind you, Alex. Below, a photo, my blood ran cold. My living room, angle I couldn't take. In TV reflection, something, a figure, not clear but undeniable, dark shape just behind where I sat. Timestamp minutes earlier in my home, here now. Another message, you left your phone on the charger, Alex. Intimate detail, proving it, not just a photo, it knew it was here. A physical threat. Panic, get rid of it, dragged app icon to uninstall, phone vibrated, tapped delete, nothing, icon remained fixed, mocking, it wouldn't delete, trapped. Severed all ties, new phone, new number, dread remained, glitch in add, misplaced item, anonymous package with stale fry, entity crossed over, tainting reality, it's still here, watching. Story 5. My son Alex always had a vivid imagination. He saw worlds others missed, often lost in thought, even as a toddler. This happened to me. Our family's weekly Wendy's trip was a mundane ritual. Every Saturday, same time, same booth, a simple, comforting pleasure we all enjoyed. This routine changed when Alex turned 5. His innocent gaze first locked onto the iconic red-haired girl on the Wendy's logo, high on the wall. The familiar Wendy's logo, a static image to us adults, suddenly held a new, captivating power for him. It was more than just a picture. I remember watching him, his small face upturned, studying her intently. It was charming at first, a child's innocent wonder. His fascination was charming. He'd point out her freckles. "Look, Dad, she has spots like me," he'd exclaim with pure joy. He'd trace her painted smile with his finger. "She's happy, Dad," he'd say, a sweet, simple observation that made us smile. But soon he began insisting, "Her eyes follow me, Dad." I'll never forget that first time he whispered it, a hint of unease. We dismissed it with a chuckle. "It's just your imagination, buddy," I'd say, ruffling his soft hair, trying to reassure him. We reminded him about perspective, how pictures can seem to move. Innocent, rational explanations for a child's active mind. Yet his conviction was unnerving. He'd turn his head, then quickly back. My wife and I exchanged glances, a slight unease beginning to brew. Just a child's active mind, we hoped, clinging to reason. During subsequent visits, Alex grew more insistent. The whispers started getting darker, more frequent, and more unsettling. He'd whisper that her smile looked sad when we ordered our usual family meal. "She's not happy, Dad." "She's not happy, Dad," he'd murmur, his brow furrowed, looking up at the logo with genuine concern, not childish play. Then he claimed her expression subtly changed to one of fear as our food was prepared in the open kitchen area. I remember seeing his eyes dart from the logo to the kitchen, then back, a frantic, worried energy emanating from him. We attributed it to his active mind, his rich inner world. "It's just paint, Alex," we tried to reassure him with less conviction. Even as a creeping unease started to surface in me, I fought it, rationalizing away the oddity, clinging to logic. The way he'd stare so intently made me feel a chill. This happened to me, a growing, unshakable dread. The unease intensified when Alex started claiming the Wendy's girl was trying to tell us something, her silent message. He'd point at the fresh food on our tray with wide, panicked eyes, a silent accusation, a terrifying warning. He'd mouth, "No, don't eat it." His small lips formed the words silently, urgently, terrifyingly, without a sound. His distress felt too real for mere childish fantasy. This wasn't a game, it was genuine, raw terror. I tried to calm him. "What is it, buddy? What's wrong?" But he'd just shake his head, eyes fixed on her. My wife thought he was just tired, overstimulated by the restaurant noise, but I knew it was more than that. The way his eyes darted from the girl to our food conveyed a silent, terrifying narrative that only he could see. One particularly busy afternoon, the restaurant was bustling, loud with chatter and clatter, a chaotic normal. Alex clutched my arm, his small fingers digging in painfully. He was whimpering, truly distraught and terrified. "Her scared eyes, Dad," he gasped, trembling uncontrollably. He was genuinely terrified of the logo's face. I glanced up, my patience wearing thin, but something in his profound terror compelled me to look, truly look. For a fleeting, horrifying second, I could swear her painted smile seemed to waver, to contort into something unnatural. Her eyes, usually so static and bright, seemed to dart towards our meal, a swift, unnatural, impossible movement. An unmistakable plea was there, etched into her expression. I felt a jolt of ice in my veins, a cold terror. My breath hitched. Did I just imagine that? The image felt incredibly, terrifyingly real, a waking nightmare. I quickly blinked and she was back to normal, a cheerful, unchanging logo. Or was she ever truly normal? During our next visit, Alex became inconsolable. His terror was palpable, impossible to ignore, consuming him. He pointed frantically at the logo. "She's crying, Dad, she's really crying," he shrieked, his voice raw. "She says, it's bad, don't eat it." His voice was a desperate, choked sob full of profound dread. As I tried to calm him, my own heart racing with a newfound, chilling fear, I looked at the logo one last time. This time there was no doubt. What I saw next, I'll never forget. It was undeniable, horrifyingly clear. Her eyes were wide with terror, not painted, but alive with a raw, desperate fear that pierced my soul. Her lips seemed to silently form the word run. I saw it. I truly, horrifyingly saw it, a silent scream. A cold dread washed over me, a primal warning that wasn't Alex's imagination. This was real, utterly real. It was real. The air grew heavy, the cheerful restaurant suddenly menacing, a dark, suffocating presence. We left that Wendy's immediately, abandoning our untouched food, a silent, urgent retreat born of terror. A silent pact formed between my wife and me. We understood. We never returned to any Wendy's ever. To this day, the memory of the Wendy's girl's stare haunts us. It's a constant, chilling presence in our lives. Alex still occasionally shivers when he sees a similar logo. The fear remains, a deep, unhealed scar. What unspeakable truth lay hidden in that innocent fast food meal? A secret only a child and the girl could perceive.